Many YouTubers were taken down recently, especially Zelda modders and Let's Players using Wii U and Switch emulators. A few even had their entire channel removed. Everyone seems to believe that it's Nintendo themselves doing it, especially with them recently going after Switch emulators outside of YouTube. But I have absolute proof, confirmation from Nintendo of America's legal team themselves, that at the very least a few of these were not done by Nintendo themselves, but rather someone pretending to be Nintendo. Right here in this email. Thank you for the message. Without further ado, we can't name exactly. However, we can confirm this is not a legitimate Nintendo email address, and the details you provided below do not align with Nintendo America's enforcement practice. Very interesting. So there were 3 emails used in this wave of takedowns, and we know that at least this one here is fake. There are 2 other emails, and they were antipiracy3@nintendo.co.jp and antipiracy6 at nintendo.co.jp. Where's the screenshot for that? Right here. Both are with the name Tatsumi Masaki, just like the Proton mail that I showed before. However, some of them are actually misspelling the name Tatsumi Masaki, as you can see right here. So one of the people that got struck in this wave hired an actual IP lawyer to take up contact with Nintendo themselves, and had talked to the legal department, which is where the email confirming that the Proton mail is not real comes from. And the email they received was actually from Nintendo's official email listed outside of YouTube, so we know it is a real email from Nintendo, and we know for sure that that email is a Nintendo imposter. I've been saying for years that it's not Nintendo doing all these takedowns. Here in 2016 you can see me say this. In 2022 I repeated myself. Now again, this is not proof that every single takedown was not by Nintendo, but it's proof that at least one takedown was not done by Nintendo. And it's evidence that a lot of more of these might not have been done by Nintendo. Another suspicious thing, everyone that was struck just put an account notification and the video went back online. There's a few people that haven't actually tried to put an account notification, because of course you don't want to be in a legal battle with Nintendo. That's something you will probably lose, and even if you win, you would still lose because you would lose so much money defending yourself. But the fact that they always go back on it, I think, is further evidence that this is not a real Nintendo thing. I was not affected by this wave of takedowns, however I had over 70 of my videos being taken down before, and that's how I knew that some of these takedowns were fake. Because even back then, whenever I put an account notification, they botched and put it back online. I just can't imagine that the real Nintendo would do that. Admittedly, I am a bit scared of a handful of these. This one here got back online, for example. But this one here, I was scared that this might be real, and I kept this banned because I don't want to get in court of law over Super Mario 60 Fortnite. I'll be real, man. That's too much risk for me. Also interesting, every time the takedown happened, they only took down the YouTube video. They never took down any mods. So that leaves me with 2 plausible explanations. The first is that it's a real Nintendo that was doing it, and because patches only contain my custom data and not Nintendo data, they decided to be petty, and instead of targeting my patches, they would just decided to do as much damage as possible and target my videos. That seems kind of unlikely to me, because that's just so petty. I can't imagine that they would do something like that, right? So the more likely explanation is that it's not the real Nintendo, and the person impersonating them is only able to abuse YouTube's stupid system to take down videos, but not the system of websites that upload my mods to. This time also, every strike that they gave out that I've heard of, if you thought the strike, your video went back online and YouTube's system removed the strikes. That is also an interesting fact to keep in mind. I believe it is more likely that this is not Nintendo, but rather someone who believes they're doing Nintendo a favor by striking a bunch of YouTubers. We all know how crazy Nintendo fans get. Look at this email one of those fanboys has forwarded to me.
Hello again, Nintendo of America. I would like to preface this by saying good job shutting down Kaze Manua's The Missing Link Ocarina of Time mod that I reported previously last summer. I have a new fan project that needs your attention. It's known as Legends of Zelda Wind of Time. It needs to be stopped immediately. Wishing you the best and love you. Ha ha ha.
Bro, she won't let you hit. Worse yet, a lot of people received an email from the anti-piracy6 at nintendo.co.jb account that's more than just a bit unhinged. Now this could be a spoofed email address, or it could be the same person, but let me read it to you. We are Nintendo Japan Legal Team Anti-Piracy Enforcement. If you and other content creators talk about our team taking down pirated Nintendo Switch content, we will take down all your fucking online posts discussing our removals. Nintendo Software Technology NST based in USA, Nintendo Technology Development NTD based in USA, Nintendo European Research Development NERD based in France, and Nintendo Network Service Database NNSD based in Japan can make emulated content. But other f***ers like Retro Game Corps, Modern Vintage Gamer, etc. are not allowed to do that stuff because unofficial emulation contains malware, etc. Yuzu, Suyu, Ryujinx, etc. will have their personal information stolen by some of our team members behind these attacks to commit crimes in other people's name to sabotage their reputations. Free Palestine, fuck you, fuck emulation. Sincerely, unnamed Nintendo Japan legal team employees. Location, Kyoto, Japan. Thank you. They also sent another email that is so racist and full of slurs that I feel like if I read this, I'm going to get cancelled, and that's why I'm not going to read this out loud. On the flip side, the person being claimed to be in these takedowns, Tatsumi Masaki, is a real person mentioned in the special thanks in some Nintendo games and in some patents. And on top of that, the emails that were given were registered Nintendo domain accounts. However, YouTube's stupid system lets you just input whatever you want in here. So this might just be someone putting in a Nintendo domain email that they don't actually have access to, which is perfectly possible. Right, you can just write an email like this with some random domain that you don't actually own, and they will put this as the contact email address in, and that might just be what happened. So with all that info, let me tell you my conspiracy theory of what I think happened in the past month. In August to September, takedowns with a fake Nintendo domain email happened. But people put in counter notifications, and because the person did not have access to this Nintendo domain, they couldn't find the counter notification, so it just expired and the video went back online. Maybe afterwards that person thought, hey, this sucks, I want an email that I have access to, so I'm gonna make a Proton Mail account impersonating Tatsumi Masaki, and I'm gonna use that to take down YouTubers. And with the Proton Mail account, honestly, that's a personal email address. That's just so obviously not how Nintendo would do things that it was blatantly obvious that it was not real. Mind you, we know for sure that this is fake, and this guy managed to take down over 50 videos of a German YouTuber with over 1 million subscribers. That is how powerful just abusing YouTube system is. You can just screw someone's entire livelihood over like that, which is not good. Regardless of which possibility it is, we have irrefutable evidence that someone is imposting Nintendo. The absolute best news about this is that Nintendo of America themselves said, we are investigating further. Maybe they are interested in finding out who has been impersonating them, and maybe the person that has been behind these takedowns in the past month is gonna get fucked a little bit. Honestly, that would be fair. I bet it's just some 15-16-year-old kid that is enjoying a little bit of a power trip by trolling people online, and that's what's going on. They probably just hijacked the fact that Nintendo actually went after emulators recently to have a plausible story and just went with it, or maybe that inspired them. Whatever. Either way, I believe most of these takedowns were not real. You can probably fight them. Nintendo kind of confirmed that this is not their doing. You're most likely fine. You might go to prison, and that's why this works, because you're scared you're going to prison. It is what it is, man. You just have to take the risk, I guess, or you have to get this troll and get away with that. Either way, that's all. See ya.